We've officially made it to Nova Scotia and we hightailed it to Halifax. We've been here for about an hour and we booked a last-minute harbor cruise on the tall ship Silva. So, let's go.
All right, we're done with the tall ship Silva. I would say it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I enjoy tall ship cruising around the harbor. You get a little bit of history of the harbor, but also just tall ships are fun, big sails. And as you can see behind us, our RV is here. We're currently lot docking in Lot D of the Halifax Harbor parking area. So you can overnight here, and they actually have a special rate for RVs if you do take up 2 spaces. They have a special thing you can select where you pay for 2 spaces essentially, so you can take your slides out and stuff. We lucked out and got a parallel with the side of the road space, so we only had to pay for 1 because our slide is out over some grass.
And what is it, $12 a day?
Yeah, it's like you pay for the day, you don't pay for the night. So essentially you can either pay per hour or they have on their app to pay for it. You can select the day and time you want to leave and it automatically will charge you the least amount. And I also don't think it costs on weekends. So it's kind of like you pay every day per hour, but it was $36 for 2 days. So not expensive. And there's a lot of RVs here.
Yeah. We're definitely not the only ones. One of the benefits of this lot is you are so close to the action down here in Halifax. For example, our walk was only 1 mile to our harbor tour, and we are now walking like literally right back down the street, probably less than a quarter of a mile, to a brewery that's dog friendly. So we went and grabbed Carmen, and we are now going to grab dinner.
We've made our way to the Citadel of Halifax, and I don't know what I was expecting, but it was definitely not this. Right as we arrived, they had us hold back for a second and they shot a cannon off. And when I say we weren't ready for it, it's a complete understatement. I didn't even get a recording done because it just like jostled me so much that it paused my recording. Luckily, Ray is steady-handed, so you'll get to see that shot in a second.
Was not expecting it.
I don't think we've been in like a full-fledged Citadel, even though we've traveled all over the US. We've gone to a couple like old military bases, but this is like the legitimate star-shaped Citadel on the top of a hill with all these cannons and like this little moat area. It's pretty cool. So we're gonna keep exploring and we'll show you what it's all about. we're inside the walls of the Citadel, and it's really crazy because it's absolutely pitch dark in here, and they just let you walk these long, what feel like haunted corridors because they're just so dark and so spooky, and you get to just wander around all by yourself.
I'm not afraid to admit when I've said or done something really silly, and I definitely did that today. When we first got to Halifax, Jason pointed at this thing from the waterfront, and he said, "That's the Citadel, and we're gonna go there later." And in my head, I thought that was a church. So color me surprised when we got here today and there was an entire fortress and cannons going off. However, this experience was really fun. It was like living history with the reenactments and with folks dressed in time period clothing, and they were even letting you shoot time period guns. Of course, they were blanks, and we do have to admit, we think this place is pretty haunted. Hey, did you know we made a tank treatment? It's called Tank Tune-Up, and it's a no-filler powder that breaks down waste, kills odors, and even cleans your tank sensors. Click the link in our description or find it on Amazon to get yours. We left our lot docking spot this morning, and there was a farmer's market across the street, so we hopped in there before we left just to take a look, and it looked really cool. We didn't end up picking up anything, but if you're in town on the weekend, we highly recommend going if you like that kind of stuff. Lots of like local fancy artisan stuff going on, and local artists and vendors and stuff like that too. We are sad to be saying goodbye to Halifax. We had a lot more fun here than we thought and a lot of different things to do. I looked it up, and Halifax is actually the largest city in Nova Scotia with a little over 400,000 people, so it makes sense that we of course would fall in love with a city. So if you're coming to this area, also definitely go down to the waterfront and check out all the different stores down there, but then don't hesitate to go at least like 5 blocks in, because there's so many other restaurants and stores that are also worth your time. So if you haven't noticed, we're walking through a graveyard, and you're probably wondering what that is about. Our last stop for our Halifax tour is actually to visit folks that did not survive the Titanic and their bodies were brought back here. So there is a section of this cemetery that has been dedicated to those Titanic folks, and that's what we're here to see. If you like cemeteries like us, I highly recommend coming here to Fairview Lawn Cemetery. We walked around and looked at some of the other headstones too, because we always just like doing that as well. And this place is just so peaceful. I know that's not normally what people say about cemeteries, but it's beautiful, and I feel like it always reminds us to just enjoy life a little bit more too, because one of these days we'll be in one of these places as well. So it's just been really interesting to see the Titanic section specifically. The White Star Line, the day after the sinking, commissioned a couple of ships from Halifax to go out and look for bodies. And I believe it said they found over 300, with a lot of those being buried at sea. They brought back 209 bodies. And since then, they've actually been able to identify folks that are still here even today, based on advancements with DNA and people being able to do like some of the family lineage thing and just figure stuff out. They said that when they were collecting the bodies, they did a very thorough detailed description of everybody and what they were wearing and jewelry, and based on some of those things as well, like your initials being, you know, embroidered into your shirt, they were able to identify bodies that way as well. So if you did notice from some of the B-roll that a lot of those headstones didn't have names, that those are just the folks that are still unidentified, but at least they have a final resting place. So this feels like a weird way to end a vlog, but what are you gonna do? I guess being in a cemetery is a great way to just say that eventually everything ends.